Pastor Mike, what do you think of online church? This is a great one. I've been sitting on it for a little bit, and I'm actually just going to read straight out of a personal journal that I wrote in response to that idea. That's literally just a spoken word. So here it is. Real relationships, his priority. Incarnate God comes to me. Messiah, he's the way we are free. Emmanuel, real relationships are his priority. Real relationships are his priority. Jesus, let Mary hold him. Jesus, let Joseph console him. Think of how many meals were made where people sat before him. Real relationships are his priority. If all you know of practicing your faith can be downloaded and put on play, you are missing the incarnate point. From Trinitarian family and for family, you were made. Your church is supposed to be your big family, and your family a little church. They don't compete, they complement. His blood was spent for both gifts to give you worth. Through most of Christian history, phrases like, I never met my pastor, or if I'm gone, no one would notice, weren't things you'd really say, because church wasn't merely a place of ideas raised, but where his ideas were practiced and embraced. Real relationships are his priority. In the same way, porn separates us from real sex. Relationshipless Christianity is so much less. You can't simply download intimacy. You were crafted to be intimate. See? Deep down, we know we don't fix lonely by simply reading about relationships. If people don't know your name and story, real relations slip. God knew this all along. That's why Jesus came to walk with man, to talk with man, to actually engage. Imagine being in the crowds as Jesus' Hillsong words were sown. Are you the one curiously in the back but unwilling to be known? Imagine saying you follow Jesus, but you, his followers, don't even know. How do you disciple that? How do you disciple those who only download? Don't love the ideas of Jesus, but reject the incarnate way. With deep compassion, I'll say, for many complex reasons, you've kept your name and story at bay. Just know the enemy wants you that way. Choosing to ignore your deepest design desires doesn't rescue your heart. They simply starve your soul until you further fall apart. Incarnate God comes to me. Messiah, he's the way we are free. Emmanuel, real relationships are his priority. Real relationships are his priority. Does your pastor know your name? Does he only want fame? Does your worship leader love being worshiped or worship with you as you marvel at God's shaping work? I have a feeling there will be a rise of the simple local church when people begin to realize you can't download what church is really worth. Incarnate God comes to me. Messiah, he's the way we are free. Emmanuel, real relationships are his priority. Real relationships are his priority. Go to church.